everyone, and as I have not seen you, I would like to say Happy New Year. I'm wishing you well. As we have entered the year of the snake, it is now a time for us to think so that we can reflect and grow. I would like to first start by asking you, what's a hobby that you have? For instance, mine is going to the gym. What's yours?
Dancing.
How does society view this hobby? And how do they view you doing this hobby? My name is Jena, and today I will be talking about gender stereotypes and how they affect happiness. These preconceived notions about what men and women can and should do can limit our potential and hinder our happiness. Gender biases are the assumptions and the beliefs about the roles, the behaviors, and the characteristics of men and women. For instance, women are often seen as soft and delicate, while men are seen as dominant and assertive. These biases can create significant barriers in different areas of our lives, including personal relationships, education, and the workforce. Research has shown that these biases can manifest in different ways. For instance, women are often overlooked in male-dominated fields, such as science, engineering, and sports, and they are often seen as out of control when they express negative emotions. I have felt these biases firsthand from a very young age because I've been told that I need to control my emotions when trying something new, which is unlike the experience of my brother. These biases were forced upon me because of my environment and my surroundings, and I'm sure it's something that you've noticed as well. Growing up, I chose to study science as a degree because my brother wanted to pursue business, all while on an athletic scholarship, which isn't easy. However, when the time came, I chose to study just psychology instead, a soft science. My goal was to better understand human emotions, mine and those around me, because I really struggled to control my own emotions. I also thought it would be easier to be in a more nurturing field, like my mother. But really, I was just afraid to tackle the medical field. I was such a high achiever in school, but I felt out of place in my male-dominated classes. With time, I had a chance to study abroad, and I moved to China. And in doing that, I found pieces of myself that helped me to continue to grow. I also realized that I had found a new outlet, one in sports, one that I didn't even think was possible, because growing up, I only had safe outlets, such as dance and piano, and I hated them. I hated them because I couldn't put my emotions into these outlets, and I just didn't feel like myself, and I was labeled as a hothead as a kid. But then when I moved to China, I found outlets in strongman and rugby. These outlets allowed me to find the true form of myself, and they gave me pure forms of happiness. If I was having a bad day, I could go to the gym, I could go to the pitch and leave it all there. I could push, I could shove, I could scream, and it was all okay. And if I was having a good day, my gym partners and my teammates were always there for me. These sports require me to be dominant and aggressive, but I think people here would also call me calm, pretty level-headed, and chill. These sports are male-dominated, loud, aggressive, and super taxing on my body. But they give me a sense of peace, which allows me to keep my emotions stable, what gives me more positive energy so that in my everyday life, I can be caring and nurturing. But my family back home couldn't understand what I was doing because I was no longer that princess that they raised and knew. I broke bones. I had bruises. I was getting a scan, MRI, CT every month. Luckily, I never had a concussion because I'm sure that's where they would have drawn the line. I didn't have the support of my family back home, but I had the support of my family here. So I persevered. I kept doing what I was doing because it made me happy. I realized that I couldn't let societal constraints tell me what my ambition should be. So I kept going. With time, my family back home began to ask questions to seek understanding. And the more they knew, the more they understood that I was just being true to myself, and that's all they ever wanted, was my happiness. And in time, this has probably been where my mental health is at its best because I'm truly happy. So now, I want you to think back. I had a chance to move abroad, and in doing so, I was able to step outside of that box that society put me in so long ago. And it was one of the best decisions that I've ever made. So, that hobby that I asked you about, how does society perceive you doing it? Is it something that you shouldn't be doing, just like me? If your answer is yes, this year I want to challenge you. It's the year of the snake, and it's time to grow. But also, can you help others understand their misconceptions? Can you help others also look for their own happiness? Because you never know who you might inspire. You never know who you can help. But I also want to say that gender biases are not just a woman's issue. It's a societal issue. So keep going because one person can create a wave of change. Thank you.